Hi friends! So in this video, I thought I would talk to you guys about skincare habits that I wish I would have started earlier in life. So grab a warm drink or a cold drink, whatever you're into, and let's have a little chit chat, shall we? A little bit about my skin. I have dry skin. In the summer, it's a bit more, it's dry but still with a little bit of combo in certain areas. But I haven't had any work done yet. By work, I mean, well, not really work. I haven't had any plastic surgery. It's expensive. But I haven't had any Botox or filler yet. And I say yet because at 38, I still haven't, decided to do that yet. I'm gonna hold off. It scares me a little bit, so I just didn't want to go that route. I just don't want to say never, but I just haven't had any of that done yet. Let's jump into some of the things that I wish I would have started sooner, or things that I wish I wouldn't have done in my life to, help with my skin and the health of my skin and just my overall health in general. The first thing on my list is not smoking. I wish I would have never smoked. I used to be a smoker. Yes, when I was a teenager, bad. I know it's bad. When I was a teenager, I used to smoke cigarettes, and up to my early 20s, like I think 21 or 22. I cannot stand the smell of cigarettes now. Like when I smell them, it just makes me feel sick. I hate it. I don't know how I smoked, but I did, and I quit cold turkey and I never looked back. So very grateful for that. I just wish I never actually smoked. The next one is tanning. I used to go to tanning salons again back in my teenage years and my early 20s. I used to go to tanning salons because I thought I needed to be tan in order to look good. And yes, I know I really love the way I look. I'm sure a lot of people love the way they look when they're tan, but it was just so bad for my skin. And I used to go religiously. Like that was my church, the tanning salon. I used to go, I used to tan, and I used to feel glorious. Terrible for my skin. I used to actually believe the salon owner when she would say, you're getting vitamin D from the tanning bed. It's so good for you. No, you're not. You're not getting vitamin D. It's just BS. It's a bunch of bull. But anyway, that's something I wish I wouldn't have done at all. On the tanning theme, I never used to wear SPF. Shocker, I know. It's just how? I just didn't think SPF was necessary. I wanted to get the most out of the sun when it comes to burning and frying my skin. Like I wanted to make sure that I got all of that into my skin so I can burn like a lobster and then turn into a golden brown. So I was okay with burning. I knew it was part of the process, and then it would turn to a nice gold tan. So to me, it's like, that's the price I have to pay, and I would never wear SPF. It was so bad. So I definitely wish I never tanned in a tanning salon, and I also wish I would have started wearing SPF a lot sooner. I started wearing SPF religiously in my 30s, so not great. I've done some damage. I'm sure I've done some damage through my teens and my 20s to this skin. The next thing is just eating healthier. I didn't start eating healthy until my mid to late 20s. So in my teens, I had two food groups: fast food and sugar. So those are, and coffee. That was my third food group. So those were the three things that I ate. So it was fast food, it was McDonald's, it was KFC, it was Taco Bell. It was all of the things. And also it was a lot of sugar, like candy bars and candy in general, just, and then there was coffee. Coffee was my life source. I don't drink coffee anymore, but I used to drink coffee. When I'm talking, I used to drink coffee. I drank 8 to 9 cups of coffee a day, and it wasn't black coffee, like, just simple, basic. No. Let's load it up with sugar, and let's load it up with cream. And that's how I lived my very best life. I used to go to Starbucks, and I used to get a venti white chocolate mocha with full fat milk and 5 shots of espresso. Yeah, 5 shots. And then I would ask for extra whipped cream on top. So sometimes that was my meal. Like I just drink that and I'd be good to go. Like eating healthy was not a thing. I did not eat vegetables. I did not really eat fruit. It was a very dark time. Very dark time. I mean, I thought I was living my best life, but my body was hating me, like hating me. So starting to eat healthy and incorporating more fruits and vegetables and fiber really made a difference in my skin, in my overall mood, and just even in my sleep. Like just I sleep better. It just overall made me feel like a glorious individual. So that's one thing I wish I would have started sooner, just incorporating more fruits and vegetables in my diet. Now, I generally eat healthy, pretty healthy. And by healthy, I mean I make sure to have, some fruits and veg with every meal. Maybe not necessarily fruits with every meal, but vegetables, I make sure to have them with every meal. Salads, just a lot of greens and a lot of different colors. I eat the rainbow most of the time, but I still love food. So I will still go out and get some pizza and pasta and whatever else is out there that people might consider, not the best food. I don't like to categorize food into good and bad anymore. Really, when I used to do that, it just got really ugly for me really quickly. But that's a video for another time. Next is prioritizing sleep. Yeah, still not good at doing that. I make sure that I get like 6 hours to 7 hours most nights, and I can function on that. It works for me. But it's very hard for me to fall asleep. I do all of the things that people say not to do before bed. I will watch TV. I will read a book. And I will keep my fingers crossed that I fall asleep at a normal time. I know that doesn't help me, but in my mind, because I'm someone that's pretty anxious, I can't just turn off my brain when I go to bed. I need to put something on to distract me, something funny like The Office, Friends, some show that will just bring some joy into my life and some humor to distract my anxious brain. And then eventually I will fall asleep. So I definitely need to work on this one more, but prioritizing my sleep is a work in progress, but really important for just good skin and overall health. Next one is having a simple and effective skincare routine. The reason I say having a simple and effective is because you don't really need a lot in your skincare routine for it to be effective. I've seen videos online where people have like 20 steps in their skincare routine, 10, 20 steps. That's a lot. Like you cannot sustain that. You will not be keeping up with that. So I think the most important thing is to have a simple one where you just have the bare bones, the basics that you actually need for good skin, to incorporate those every day so you can have, a sustainable routine. So what I mean by that is like my current evening and daytime skincare routine, very bare bones. I start off with, I cleanse my face with just water in the morning. I do not use a cleanser, just splash some water on it. Then I'll go in with a vitamin C serum. Sometimes I'll go in with the Aveeno Triple Oat serum. Sometimes I'll go in with the B5 serum from La Roche-Posay for like hydration. Then I'll go with a moisturizer and then SPF. That is morning time. Evening, I cleanse my skin. I double cleanse because I'm no fool. I double cleanse to make sure I get everything off my skin, and I did notice a huge difference. So I started double cleansing. Then I like to go in with my retinol, and then I go in with my moisturizer, and I lay in bed like a vampire and wait to fall asleep as I watch TV. Sometimes I'll switch out the retinol for a chemical exfoliant. That's just a couple of nights a week, but that is it. So really important to make sure that it's basic enough and easy enough that you can stick with it. 2 more to go. So the next one is don't neglect your neck and your hands. I noticed that I actually neglect my hands quite a lot. So I now started putting some retinol. Like when I put it on my face, I also put a little bit of retinol on the back of my hands in my nighttime skincare routine. And I put a little bit on my neck. I'm noticing, especially my neck, I'm starting to notice the lines are more visible. And that's because when I sit in bed and I'm reading or looking at my phone, I'm like this. My neck is like down, tilted like this, and it's just it's not cute to look at, and it's not cute what it does to my neck, but I do it. So I'm trying to be more mindful about not keeping my head down and just like looking straight even when I'm on my phone, and also just not neglecting it when it comes to skincare. I make sure to moisturize my neck and my hands and use a little bit of vitamin C and retinol in my daytime and nighttime skincare routine. So daytime, vitamin C on the neck. Same thing I put on my face, I do to my neck and my hands. And again at nighttime, same thing I do to my face, I do to my neck and hands. The next one is making sure you don't switch between skincare products too often. Like you should, like I find that if I constantly introduce a new product to my skincare routine, like every week or every couple of weeks, my skin does not like that. It puts stress on the skin. So I try to stick with the product until I'm finished. And then once I'm done that product, then I can introduce a new product. Just so I don't put too much stress on my skin, because every time I introduce a new product, my skin has to get used to whatever the ingredients are in that product. Even though it may not show on my skin, it still puts a little bit of stress on my skin. So I like to just, start with products, finish them, and then introduce new ones. For me, it's really important to just, embrace the aging process, not fear it. I feel like a lot of the information out there and the stuff we see on social media, that fear mongering of aging and your aging skin and what your skin's going to look like when you age. And I'm trying to just not pay attention to that. I'm also trying not to compare myself to others. That can be really toxic. I still feel those feelings. Sometimes I'll be scrolling through social media and I'll see someone that's around the same age as me or someone that's older than me, and they look better than me, and I'll sit there going that's not fair, how come I don't look like that? But everybody's genetic makeup's different, everybody's skin is different, everybody's different than you. So comparing myself to somebody else is not fair to me. Just making sure that I embrace the process of aging and I don't fear it. Just trying to remember that, I think, will really help. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below if there's any other videos you'd like me to make or products you'd like me to review. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful day or evening whenever you're watching this, and I will see you next time.